Yeah, the recent transaction with Oz Minerals is really a relatively traditional earn-in and joint venture arrangement. It comes in sort of three stages: an initial $3 million minimum spend as a pre-qualifier, and then they progress on to a stage one earn-in arrangement. During stage one, Oz will spend a minimum of $15 million towards the PFS and DFS on Nebo-Babel and an additional $4 million on regional exploration. For that, they can earn a 51% interest in the project. And once that's crystallised, stage two is then a joint venture. So they will then spend an additional minimum $10 million towards the completion of a DFS and another $4 million on regional exploration. And if they meet those spending requirements, they will then earn a 70% interest in the West Musgrave Project. So it's really been structured that way to look at the metallurgy and also look at some different mining scenarios. When Cassini did the original work, we were very conscious of the capital requirement at the back end of the project. Now, obviously, with Oz coming into the project and with some funding, they believe there's some opportunities where we can add significant value, and really they wanted to assess some of the other mining scenarios at the front end of the project that we will then carry forwards into the PFS. So with the initial $3 million spend, it's a minimum spend. If at all Oz decided not to continue after that $3 million or less than that, they would need to pay us the $3 million, and they would also not earn an interest in the project. So if at the end of that minimum spend, Oz Minerals don't progress on to the stage one earn-in, Cassini retains 100% of that project. The reason that Oz Minerals wanted to be involved with the project, albeit that we're not really wanting to speak on their behalf, but what they've communicated to us is that it fits into their project profile. They currently have the producing assets, and the timing of this project is looking like it may fit very nicely with their existing assets. But also the fact that it's a large-scale, long-life, low-cost mine, and that's really the criteria. Our existing shareholders recognise that. I think the other important thing with the transaction is that Oz Minerals are backing Cassini. We're remaining the operator of the project. We really do hold a lot of the IP around the geology in the project, and really to partner with us for them was a much better option to make sure that the project moved forwards. I think there's lots of great qualities. I think firstly, the issue has been for Cassini through this period to fund the project. It's a large project. So probably, the biggest thing that they bring is obviously their balance sheet strength. They've got a significant cash position and also operating assets. But they're not just the money. They also bring good experience as a large Australian producer in the base metal space. They're a significant copper producer. They've got Prominent Hill still producing, and they're now currently going through the development phase of Carrapateena. So they bring some technical expertise and capability and development capability to the project that will assist us. And we really believe that apart from just the funding, we'll end up with a more valuable project going forwards through their contribution. The first part of that initial spend is really around the metallurgy and some other desktop studies around power and water. So what we can expect this year is out there doing some metallurgy, some drilling, and then that will probably take us through to the end of the exploration season out there, and then some test work processing to be done back in the lab here. That'll give us the opportunity to do some drilling, get some results. We'll also do some exploration drilling. We have some EIS funding to drill some holes around some of these nickel hits that we've got at Succoth. So that will also form part of the works. Yeah, Mount Squires is actually we're quite excited about the Mount Squires project. There aren't too many greenfield sort of gold projects in Australia currently. It's a project that we've spent some time securing the land position and looking at all the historical data. The goal is to get out there and do some work this year. It's currently finalising some of our approvals process so that we can do that. but we'd expect to be out on the project in the sort of the last quarter of this year, doing some groundwork, and we're hoping that will also include some drilling of some known gold targets out there.